Hey, so a lot of you have been asking me for a Cybertruck review video, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to tell you about the new car that I just took delivery of minutes ago and why the Cybertruck can't fulfill that role. But first, let's go through some of the exciting things that I've done with the Cybertruck because so many of you have been asking about it. And it's really, honestly, I'm pretty stoked about everything that I've done with the Cybertruck. So I'll go through some of the things to do and things not to do. So let's get started with the Cybertruck. So obviously the Cybertruck is wrapped matte black. And now I purposefully didn't get it washed here because I want you to see the downside of wrapping a car in a dusty area like Southern California with matte black. It will get dirty. So while it does look really nice with this wrap, I personally do not recommend it. Ross Gerber was just asking me about, hey, should I get a wrap like this too? It looks so badass. I'm like, no, because first of all, I don't want to match. I love you, Ross, but I don't want to match. And two, this is mine. Three, there we go. Honestly, it's a pain in the butt. You gotta wash it all the time. So that is a red flag that I encourage people to pay attention to. Now, something that I did recently do is I added the Mars rack up here, which does go really well with the Cybertruck coloring. And we got the Starlink Mini over here. You can actually see me do a Starlink Mini video on the channel today. So while I was driving back from Nobu with Ross, thank you Ross for inviting me and paying, I did a live stream using Starlink. And while it was choppy the first couple minutes by the ocean, it took me through the canyon and the 101 amazingly. So shout out to Starlink Mini, really, really amazing quality and kind of amazing. Take a shot for every time I say amazing, huh? It's kind of cool that you can now live stream while being in a car on full self-driving and using a GoPro. I'll show you that in just a moment. It's really cool. But what else is really cool is, of course, the Cybertruck. So this is where I have the Mini. It's mounted right here, which Mars, if you just type Mars Cybertruck, you can find this rack. It's mounted over here, which is pretty cool. You can also see I've got it plugged in here. So anytime I turn the car on, this turns on, which is great. It's much better than using hotspots. I find that when we're working, and you know, one of us is driving, another one of us is, let's say, on the laptop and we're trying to order stuff at Lowe's, or we're trying to work with property managers or vendors or contractors or whatever, it's a pain in the butt to use hotspots. Hotspots cut out all the time. This Starlink kicks butt. For 50 bucks a month, such a huge ROI in my opinion by minimizing frustration. But so these actually attach to the L racks right here, which are awesome. I just screw right into the L racks. They're a little finicky to get in, but you know, I'll keep things like construction Sharpies, construction tapes over here so I can mark up demo or jobs. Tape measure, scissor always comes in handy. But I also got my DeWalt battery always charged over here. Of course, I've got a second one up here I'll show you about in a moment. 10 pound, it's probably more than that, fire extinguisher. I think puny fire extinguishers are worthless, so I get these. I've got a bunch more of these underneath here, which is where I keep my bowling balls. I'll show you that in a moment. But I put some of them over here just to tie things down. Amazing A-frame ladder, by the way. Look at how this like minimizes down. Tiny, right? And it not only folds open, but then out, and then you get like 5 foot, a whole like 5 foot A-frame like this. I don't want to undo it all right now. Put epi pins in here, other little, you know, gadgets for work. Same thing over here. Notepads, pens, backup batteries, I don't know, guns, whatever you need, right? But what I always got frustrated by was having a few lessons that I learned back here. Something that always frustrated me is I don't want all my property management equipment always using up my bed, because if I'm always using the bed with property management equipment for house hack, then I can't really use the bed to transport equipment because I always have that like standby stuff in the way. So what I did is I got this Pelican case up here, which is awesome. This is a Pelican Cargo BX140R. It actually, if you pull these pins out, it can come up and off really easily in case you want to load something on the roof rack. But in here, I just keep some basic tools like a DeWalt blower, paper towels and window cleaner, or a vacuum cleaner, DeWalt vacuum cleaner. You know, super useful because I can use the DeWalt battery, which I have the second one of right here. The other one's always charged. It's not sliding around because it's in these little bags, and I can always go do what I need to do. I'll keep things like masks in here, so like P100s or other little inspection equipment, you know, nothing too fancy. P100s, laser level, flashlights, you know, pretty generic stuff. So anyway, this is really functional because it just keeps everything sorted. It's here. And so worst thing for me is getting to a property and then not having what I need. So this is awesome. Now, a couple mistakes I made. So first mistake I made is I bought 3 of these dividers. You don't really want more than 1, maybe 2 of the dividers. I put a second divider right here sometimes, and it's nice for when I put paint buckets in so they don't go sliding around everywhere, which is also why I got this mat, because if you just use, I gotta sort those in here. If you just use, it's a work van or truck, if you just use this, they slide around, they fall over, and it's a pain in the butt. So this is in the Tesla store as well, and then I just cut out, you know, room for the this divider section. Here I keep our bowling balls, which is kind of nice. So I think that's pretty good storage for bowling balls. And then, you know, I got some ceiling fans I still got to deliver over here. I've got these little pins right there. I can actually put a duster broom that collapses, and it actually just came in from Amazon. I got to install it, but I'll put a duster broom from Amazon in there. So that'll be kind of cool and collapsible. I just hate going to a rental property and it's like, yay, it's finally ready to show to tenants. And then like brand new cobweb. I'm like, bro, I just had the place cleaned. So it's those little things like the spot on the window, the spot on the kitchen counter, the cobweb. Like, I'll just handle it really quickly. I'm not gonna wait and, you know, cost house hack money because I'm waiting for a cleaner to come touch up or whatever. So something else that I've recently done with the Cybertruck is I read articles about how, you know, people got it like trapped in the Cybertrucks and died in like a fire or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that sounds terrible. So something that I've recently done is in each of the doors, I've Velcroed in a little one of these. You know, I just cut this Velcro tape and put a little hammer in. And so every single door now has the motor buddy, and I Velcroed it because I don't want them to be projectiles. But anyway, that way, you know, if somebody needs to break a window, they can. In here, what I really like in here, which I hate that, by the way, anything that's on these seats very frequently slides through this, and then it's a pain in the butt. So this is just some stuff I gotta organize over here. This is doorbells I got to deliver. Next time I go to the properties, I got them. But anyway, right here, I'll keep like golf shoes and golf balls, which are golf clubs. So I think it's kind of a convenient place for it. Something else I did, my kids would always kick out the plugs over here. So I just got a 90-degree plug and then a USB adapter. So I can like put all sorts of different USBs down here or whatever. Nice and easy. Then, you know, I can put my laptop in here and keep it charged, or iPad or whatever when I'm going to LA like I did today. So then over here, big fan of this upgrade. So little box that just sort of cleans up some stuff. You can put on each side. I keep my registration and paperwork in here, and a bunch of 5-hour energies, which I think is great. Highly value this upgrade. Also really love these little things because they make it very easy to organize cables. I learned this in aviation. I don't want my cockpit being a mess. So as a pilot, now when I get in the car, I will actually put my phone right here. And then what you'll find is I'll just kind of plug it in with these that are nice and handy. Just plug my phone in right here. So I find that very, very useful. Another thing that's very useful is having this little center console caddy. So I got this somewhere on the internet. But anyway, it fits perfectly in here. You can probably just Google center console caddy. You know, none of this is sponsored. And it adds 2 cup holders, a little tray in the back right here, which is actually where I could just keep my little mics. And then I've got a little compartment over there for things like, I use them for just like camera mounts, like the one I'm holding right now on the iPhone. And then right here, I put the GoPro. So that'll film me when I'm doing that live drive
which is kind of crazy. But that way it's like totally hands-free, and I'm on FSD, but it's hands-free. I can pay attention to the road, and I can just talk and yap, right? Which y'all know I'm a big fan of doing that. Now I want to show you the front, and then we got to talk about the new car and what this one can't do. So open front. All right. So the front, what's really exciting here, oh yeah, I got dark tints too. I love dark tints. Because people all the time will like take pictures of this, and it gets a lot of attention. This is the Cyber Cooler, which I think Elon and the team did a great job on. I haven't actually used it for anything fun yet, so I just use it to store waters, because the kids always want water, so I just shove a bunch of water in here, which I love because it doesn't like roll around. I hate when water bottles are rolling around in the trunk. It's so annoying, drives me nuts. But obviously it's got a little drain here, so if you filled it up with ice and wanted to cool it or have beer or tailgate or whatever, you could do that, and it fits perfectly in here. I mean, the other thing I have here is like washer fluid or my front license plate, and an oil can, which is actually for a plane, for jet engines, turbines. Anyway, I could probably not have that in there. All right, cool. So that's the Cybertruck. Now, why am I talking about new car? Okay. The reason I'm talking about a new car is because we have this car right here, which is a 2015 Toyota Sienna. We actually really love this car. It's a fantastic car. And I just took out all 5 of the car seats because our children, we have 5 kids in car seats and then 2 older, so we got 7 kids. Our children have now outgrown their infant car seats, so I need to install new car seats. And so I'm back here, and this was just like 2 or 3 days ago, and I'm back here and I'm like, oh, 2 car seats here, you know, maybe the middle 8th seat for Max. Jack can sit in the front, he's tall enough now, and then 3 back here. Dude, this is insane. Like, these kids are sandwiched back here. Now it works. Lauren would actually load them in through the back tailgate. But I'm back in here, and I've got the 3 car seats in, and they're all sandwiched together. And I'm like, bro, if this car ever got in an accident and people had to get these children out fast, like because of a fire or something, they're cooked, literally. And I'm like, F that. Like, my goal in life is to provide value to people and to take great care of my family, be there for my family. And then of course, if I could be there for you and my subscribers, that's my goal in life. I don't care about money. I don't care about a number. I care about helping. Like, I want people to look and think of Kevin as like, he gave more than he took. That's my POV. So this was really concerning to me. So I realized that this not only is it a death trap this size, but then I did a little bit of research, and it turns out if you have multiple car seats sandwiched together, they actually transfer the lateral load of an impact to each other rather than giving that sort of crumple zone. Like, if you crash and your face hits an airbag, it's designed to be like firm and then to give you a little crumple. Car seats are designed to move a little bit to give your body and your organs a little bit of room to kind of slow down before they impact the outer walls of well, the inner walls, I guess, of your body. That's how damage occurs to your organs or your spine or whatever. And so if you sandwich car seats together, apparently at a 30-mile-an-hour crash, you can actually increase the loads on your spine by 30% at 30 miles. And then obviously up from there, which isn't great because these are little children. They're very sensitive to this. Not great. However, I will say the Toyota, for being, 10 years old, 50, 60,000 miles or whatever, like, this is a fantastic car. We've never had issues with this car, and we're going to keep it because we love it. It's, Lauren's, oh yeah, and we got the clowns going up. I told you we'd have clowns, okay? I hold my commitments. Like, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Okay, so I actually don't think we have enough clowns. Like, I want more clowns. And I gotta get a new American flag. That one's getting faded a little bit. Anyway, so now the whole point of this video is introducing that, yes, we just got a new car. And it was actually, like, when I was sitting in the back of the car, I'm like, this is not good. All these little children, they deserve to be safe. And secure. In fact, let me show you them really quickly. So let's go in here, and then I'll show you the car. I just want you to see that. Let's see if they're around. Oh yeah, there they are. Here you go. Hello. Hi. Hi. How's it going? Yeah. Hello. Oh, hi, Claire. Is this yet another new camera? What is this? Hey, Mr. Prince J. Hi. Camera? You see a camera?
Camera.
What's your name?
Ella.
Yeah, you're Ella. What's your name?
Bubba.
Bubba? Yeah, that's Jay. That's who? What's her name? What's her name? Right here.
Violet.
What? Okay, what's your name? What's your name?
Dada.
I'm Dada. Yeah, that's right. I'm Dada. Anyway, I love you. Kisses. Kisses. I'll be right back. Kisses. Kisses. Oh, yeah. Kisses, kisses, kisses. I'll be right back, okay? Camera. Okay, so gotta keep them safe. Precious, little precious cargo. So, obviously, if you have precious cargo, you must have a precious vehicle to keep them all safe in. Introducing what Tesla should have done many years ago, and best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Next best time is today, so I guess they still have time to get to it. But on the release of Tesla's new affordable Model Y day, I have purchased a Sprinter van. Let's go. Now, I have wanted one of these for a very long time, so I'm really excited about this. But here you go. It is the 2025 passenger Sprinter van, Mercedes. It is a diesel. There's little side cameras too. I didn't even notice that. Diesel engine. It's super spacious. I freaking love this thing. It is the 144 wheelbase. Lauren did not want the larger one because she wants to be able to park at school. And these are standing room. It's also got the additional air conditioning unit in the back. That's what the hump is here. You generally won't see that on the cargo units because A, why are you air conditioning the back? And B, it kind of kills the flat roof in case you want to store anything up there. Really, if you want to store anything up there on something this high, you need a ladder to get up there. I'm not using this as a utility vehicle. I'm using this as a human passenger van. That's the point after all. And so as you can see here, we have a room. Now, something that actually surprised me is this actually only has 4 latch points, 4 latch seats, even though it has 10 seats, right? 3, 3, 4. The entire rear row does not have latch, which I was blown away by that they don't have a latch back here. But right here, you can see the ISOFIX latch points, and the middle seats don't have them. Latch and latch over here. But that's okay, we'll just belt one of them. But now the car seats can be independent of each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll just belt one over there probably in one of the center 2 seats because center seats are always the safest. You've also got mass here, you've got air conditioning here, you've got privacy here. And I mean, keep in mind, you could stand in this. This is awesome. Like, I'm not worried about my head at all. And I mean, I'm 5'9" and a half, don't forget the half. But you could probably be 6 feet tall and stand back here. So really nice. The cockpit, this is a very, in my opinion, no frills car. I'm not actually the biggest fan of spending money. I know sometimes people are like, okay, just spend. I'm a really big fan of saving money. I get satisfaction out of that. I love like going to Lowe's and using a coupon code for our house hack investors, or like for example, we've got 2 properties next to each other, and I'm like, why am I paying for internet in both of them $80 a month? I'll just string an Ethernet cable from one to the other, nicely. Put in another Ubiquiti router or wireless access point for like the version 7 Pro or whatever is like $299. Love Ubiquiti, by the way. Shout out to Ubiquiti. And then and $300 saves me $85 a month or whatever, which is like over $1,000 a year, which is crazy. It's just expenses, like recurring expenses, man. They just freaking add up, and I hate it. But anyway, I mean, look at this. So it's a pretty no frills cockpit, which is fine with me. Like, I don't mind. And obviously, I'll personally use the Cybertruck a lot. But with family, I don't even know how to turn this thing on. With family, I'll just be using this. Place key in the marked space. See, I haven't like synced the phone or anything yet. I haven't done anything yet. I have not test driven this. I don't even know how to turn it on. Well, I guess that's the Mercedes technology for you. How is there a marked bro? Place key in the marked space. I'm too dumb for this. Anyway, I'll put it up there. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm too dumb to figure out how to turn it on. So I'll have to ask Lauren how she figured out how to do it, which is pretty wild. That's crazy, huh? But yeah, I wish it were a Tesla. You know, I will say, like, there's no FSD. So, bro, it can't be that hard. Other people who drive Mercedes are like, oh, it's obvious. You just put it right there. Was it locked? Key not detected. Oh, I figured it out. Okay, I think it was just because it was locked. Weird. Anyway, you know, Mercedes me. Bro, I don't want Mercedes me. I want Tesla, you know? I want this to be a big Tesla screen. But whatever, man. You know, it is what it is. I want safe children, too. So, like, what are all these buttons? I don't know what all this crap is. I'm used to a Tesla steering wheel. It's got nothing. You know? Look, I've got so many buttons that I've got placeholders for more buttons. Yeah, that's how you know. This is how you know you got the no frills package. When the extra buttons are missing. That's how you know. But I mean, still, you know, the thing's still like $70-something thousand. And let's see what this says here. So the sticker on it is $77,000. Shout out to Matt over at Oxnard Mercedes. Dude, Matt Abraham? I think it's Abraham. No, it's not Abraham. I'm thinking about Donald Trump and the Abraham Accords. Abdullah. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, Matt, you were great. Sorry I'm not perfect with your last name, but it was really nice. It was so nice. Yeah, I walk up and you're like, hey, I'm a fan, I'm a subscriber. I watched your video on Tesla this morning you're complaining about how Tesla, you know, hasn't made one of these. And I'm like, I know, man. It sucks. I wish I could buy a Tesla, so I guess I'll take the sloppy seconds. And he's like, great, I'd love to sell it to you. Great guy, super nice. He's like, look, I'm not going to waste your time. Let's just work with you and the manager and get like a bottom line deal fast. They were great. I mean, great people. So big fan. So again, shout out to y'all at the Oxnard Mercedes-Benz of Oxnard. 1511 Auto Center Drive, Oxnard, California, 93036. Oh, your name's in here. From M... Oh, no. That's not your name. This, I guess, came from Alabama. Mercedes-Benz USA, Alabama. Huh. That's cool. Well, I wonder what my fuel economy is on this sucker. That'd be kind of cool. What do we even have? VF6 Leatherette Black. I don't know. What is all this crap? So, let's see what we got here. We got basic comfort package, driver convenience package, high performance rear air conditioning package. Oh, that's $1,200 technically. Oh, okay. Rear comfort package, roof high. Hell yeah. Blind spot assist, parking package with 360 camera. Oh, that's cool. Trailer cross member, rims painted jet black. Picture $92 for that. Bro, I could do it with a $6 can of spray paint. Probably won't look as good though. Got some warranties. I don't know. Whatever. It's an ICE vehicle. ICE. Internal combustion engine. Let's go listen to it. I mean, it's pretty sick. Look at that. That's so cool. What is that sound in the front? Is something broken over here? What is that? Is this the frunk? How do I open the frunk? I don't know how to open I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I have to unlatch something inside. I hope there's extra storage in there. That'd be nice. But, anyway. Yeah. I'm afraid to start pulling knobs here. Screw it. Oh, I did it. Yeah, it's been a while since I've, had an ICE. This is my Prius. Oh, God. Oh, my God. What the hell is that? Bro. How is it so tiny relative to this frunk? Look at it. Dude, I was expecting to see a whole, like, engine block back here in the front of this. This is like a tiny, it's literally like you have a frunk on each side, but they make you think it's the whole engine. It's so tiny. What the hell is that? Like a spacecraft or something. Oh, look at that, a belt. Man, look at all those moving parts. You know what that smells like to me. Maintenance. lots of maintenance. Ah! Although the diesel engines, honestly, they usually don't need a lot of maintenance, so I don't know. It's pretty hot. Nevertheless, it's not what I'm used to, but it's all right. So it's definitely an upgrade from this, though. You know, I mean, what's actually remarkable is if you look at these two vehicles, they're actually not that different in width, is my understanding. Look at that. The width of them isn't that different. Obviously, the height is a lot higher, but what happens is the way they do it is you see the curvature of the cars. See how this is so curved, right? That's to give you the aerodynamics, but not only does it give you the aerodynamics, it gives you cup holders and all this extra junk, right? The Sprinter doesn't have that. The walls are straight, and so you don't have cup holders and grab bars and all that kind of stuff. Although you do have cup holders in the seats now. They finally added those and got smart. I mean, the Sienna has self-closing door. That's kind of cool. They stopped that at the Model X at Tesla, huh? This one, I actually have to go over here and I have to manually close. What is this? Oh my gosh. Here we go. Well, I hope I don't lock myself out. But anyway, yeah, I mean, look, you know, with tax and stuff for a new car, like, all right, a couple things I know people are wondering, like, why didn't we get a Ford Transit? I asked Lauren, I'm like, yo, should we get a Ford Transit? She's like, I will not even step foot in a Ford dealership. She's like, I don't want to found on road debt. I'm like, they have some reputation work to do, and I'm not about to fix it, especially not in a debate with my wife. So that was the end of that. As much as I actually would have probably been okay with a Ford. I prefer the Sprinters, but I'll tell you, man, I've gotten like the Miele appliances and stuff like that, you know, because I was born in Germany, so I'm like, oh yeah, this will like, you know, represent the country that I was born in or whatever. Man, dude, there's so much. Oh, I forgot the key. Oh, there's so much. Like, you want to get service on a foreign product, typically. I mean, at least these people have a dealership here, right? But you want to get service on a Miele dishwasher? You think you're going to have parts in stock? Nope, it's all order. Oh, you think you're going to have service technicians who know what the hell they're doing? Nope. You know, so it's a pain in the freaking butt. Not a big fan, typically, of like the foreign products. I mean, the Chinese products are great and cheap, and I kind of like that. But you know what I mean, like those, like, luxury crapolas or what. Dude, I don't even have a freaking driveway, okay? I don't care about, like, big status symbol or whatever. Business tools, I'll spend money on. I probably spend too much money sometimes on that personally. I don't for house hack. I'm like, dude, I'll take care of the investors. Why is this? Okay. But, like, another example. Oh, here's the S, by the way. The S looks good with its black wrap, so that's kind of cool. And let's go on over here, and I want to show you a couple other things. So, just for giggles, I want you to see. Oh, Jack is like super happy about this. Not right here because they're not doing so well, but like we're trying to make a moss garden. And so they're finally, like, some aren't doing as well. Some are growing together better. I got to get him to actually, like, pick up his hose. But over here, I'm just now flooring, sort of as, like, a little side project, flooring in a floor for a greenhouse. And Jack really wanted this decking. I'm like, bro, it's a greenhouse. We don't really need decking. But whatever. We got some really good structural hardware. Probably, honestly, overkilled it with the structural hardware. But that's okay. You know, I mean, concrete and foundations, whatever. We got our joists, we got our waterproofing tape, we've got our electrical fed through from the panel, we've got our drain, we've got water line somewhere over here, you know. But anyway, the reason I wanted to bring this up is the whole German thing. I can't find it right now. Well, I think it's in there. Whatever. But my dad's like, I got the Festool. And he comes over with a Festool. I'm like, yeah, I got the DeWalt. And he's like, son, that is not German. Although, honestly, like, in a while, over time, he's also gotten into DeWalts, which makes sense because the universal batteries, oh, so freaking nice. So anyway, yeah, they're
there you have it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one, folks. Bye.